John, Cincinnati, you're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Hi. It's like the Stockholm Syndrome with me. You got working class people and people of limited means listen to right-wing talk radio, and then they're all of a sudden going to be worried about millionaires and billionaires, and people that make $50,000 a year that are in the union are considered to be the enemy. And I'm thinking, they actually believe this right-wing garbage.
Yeah, so you know what?
amazing
You know
to
what
me.
we got to do? We got to band together and get Bruce Springsteen. He's a rich guy. We got to band together and get Michael Moore. He's a rich guy. We got to band together and get celebrities and entertainers and trust fund baby politicians and get their money, right? Let's get it.
No, I'm just saying.
Whoa, what do you No. You're talking about millionaires and billionaires.
That's
You
what
want to
they
get
want.
get the millionaires.
Working people
You
are
want
actually worried about these people.
What do you
Actually
mean?
worried about them.
Worry about who?
They sit there and think, I asked my one friend, I said, wait a minute, you think the Holy Grail is cutting taxes and giving the rich more money, more power, and more influence?
Listen to yourself,
That's
John.
gonna make your
Cutting
life better?
taxes
You're a
and
fool.
giving the rich.
You're a fool.
John, you're not giving the rich anything that they didn't earn. You're not giving somebody, unless the government is making magic money, people who are wealthy earned that money. You're not giving them more money. It's theirs to begin with.
Oh, that's fine. They have a right. Look, I have two sons in the Marine Corps. Do you think that the wealthy are going to send their kids to fight for this country? They don't pay for this country in blood, pal. They buy their way out of it.
Okay. Now, which wealthy are you talking about? Who are we talking about here? Because it seems that when we raise our fists and chant power to the people and take up the proletariat line against the bourgeoisie, we exclude the really rich people and go after nameless, faceless people that we call the rich. So whose money do you want to get?
What they have to do is
No, say it. Who do you want to get? Stop it with the grand terms and the vagueness. Whose money do you want?
And you just keep talking, Andrew. Keep telling working class people that your problems will be solved if the wealthy get more power.
You're not listening,
ahead.
John. You're not listening. Whose money do you want? Whose money do you want?
I want the wealthy to pay for this country because they don't pay for it in blood.
Okay. So you want an automatic draft. You want an John, stop talking for a second. I can't do this babbling wall of noise. Then why don't we start drafting all the kids of the rich Democrats?
You got that right. Rich, draft them all. Everybody.
Yeah. And find that in find that involuntary servitude in the Constitution.
We wouldn't be in wars if we had a draft now, would we? If the rich had to fight these damn wars, these wars would be over, Jack.
Well, do we not have an all-volunteer force?
But they have all been, because they've seen what happened at Vietnam War. They have a draft, these wars are over.
Do we have an all-volunteer force?
And wealthy kids, these wars are over.
Do we have an all-volunteer force?
No, what did Bush do?
Do we have an all-volunteer? Okay, John, you have a nice day in Cincinnati. You see, it's funny. These people who call up and scream to me like I am the hired gun of defending the rich do not tell you who the rich are. They don't tell you whose money exactly that they want or what tax rates they want imposed. And when it comes down to rich Democrats, we're not allowed to talk about the rich Democrats. If you want all of this to happen, then you've got to start forcing Democrats to put their money where their mouths are, which they don't. That's the benefit of being part of the elite. John is very angry. John is very angry, and he's angry at whoever told him should be angry. I have the Communist Manifesto right here. The people that are out there saying the rich don't pay enough, the Michael Moores of the world are the rich people they're complaining about. That is what Marx wrote about when he wrote about the bourgeois socialist. He warned the revolutionaries of the bourgeois socialist. Unfortunately, because the bourgeois socialist is in charge of the so-called revolution, the marching foot soldiers of the proletariat movement have no idea who the hell to be angry at. CEOs, bankers. Really? Did you see any of the contribution forms from banks like Goldman Sachs? They all went to Democrats. You want to believe that the Republican, the average Joe Republican is somehow connected to something? There's, of course, a power elite in the Republican Party. Of course there is. But to act like that's all that it is, that the Democrats are out for the little guy, that Democrats are out for the... Have you ever read some of their financial disclosure forms? My God, it seems like I got to give the Democrats credit. They have been very, very good at whipping up a frenzy amongst a snarling mass that is not at all concerned as to who is driving this cattle herd. Yes, cattle herd.